So I just came from court. Court where Hudnut is prosecuting me. Same guy who assaulted me and improperly touched me is now prosecuting me. And Judge Kelly Austin is allowing it. Not only that, I'm not allowed to speak. I'm not allowed to say certain things. The judge is mad at me, but I'm trying to correct lies that Jacob V. Hudnut, the prosecutor, is claiming. He literally is perjuring himself. For example, when he says that my house is condemned, this is not the first time he did this, or the other entities. They keep calling my house condemned. My house is not condemned. It is padlocked. And they know this. And they are perjuring themselves. They keep on saying my house is condemned. For the record, you can call the health department. My house is not condemned. It is padlocked. There's a difference. Why is it even padlocked? That's the question. So I'm making this video so that people will know they're still doing illegal things. Hudnut, who again was my assaulter, and he's been doing different things to me. When they tried to give me back my kids, Hudnut said, no, don't give her kids. When they were releasing my mother to me to be picked up from the hospital, Hudnut called and spoke to her social worker and said to Rachel Bogum, he yelled at her for 12 minutes. She told me in all her years there, working at the hospital, which she's been there some, 15, 20 years, she said she's never been spoken to in that manner by a prosecutor or anybody. She didn't do anything yet. He called her and he just yelled at her for like 10 to 12 minutes, she said, for no reason. And my mother was at the center of that yelling. Basically, Hudnut has called every single entity and made it his personal business to destroy the lives of me, my mom, and my kids. He authorized giving away my dogs when the Liberty Humane Society told me when they were taking my dogs that my dogs will be there waiting for me and that I would be getting my dogs back. And I was asked if I wanted to adopt out any of the dogs, and I said no. And they said, Brittany said, don't worry, we won't adopt your dogs out. They'll be waiting for you. That's not what happens. This is what happens with colonization when you have the European dealing with everything. He tries to control. He has no business in controlling my environment or my family's home. Like, my mother cleaned that neighborhood, and now that these yuppies move in, now, not the yuppies themselves, but the yuppie chief prosecutor, who, by the way, is medically bipolar. He's bipolar if he's not schizophrenic. He keeps changing his mind. He told my public defender that he was he was dismissing the charges, and once we started, he did not dismiss the charges. He adjourned it, but he did not dismiss. And so they keep doing more and more illegal things, and again, everybody's allowing it. This is the this is the third time. Kelly Austin was also involved in double jeopardy. We were in court with Judge Marley. I was practically begged by the public defender to take a plea deal, which I was innocent, but just to take the plea deal because it wasn't serious charges. There were criminal charges, they were housing code charges, so they were very minute. After her 20 minutes of convincing me, I decided to take the plea deal, and that's when they did double jeopardy because Hudnut called the court and said he changed his mind. See, I'm not allowed to change my mind, you're not allowed to change your mind, but But all the prosecutor has to do is have one of his bipolar moments, and he's allowed to change his mind. By the way, if he's not bipolar, well, I want to see that. I don't believe it. I'm going to be calling the health department. I'm going to be letting them know that he is in fact bipolar, that he needs a mental evaluation. I had 5 mental evaluations in 6 days as per him, and by the time I was done with the last mental evaluation at medical center at Barnabas, I was told by the doctor herself that she is in full belief that Hudnut is bipolar or schizophrenic, but she said he definitely has some form of mental disease. Because guess what? There were psychiatric social workers on the scene, and they saw the behavior of Hudnut as well as his other cronies. The whole white supremacy KKK squad that went and turned the inside of my house upside down. Okay? So, just want you to know, illegality still happening, judges ignoring me, allowing Hudnut to perjure himself. Okay? Just want to let y'all know, there'll be a video coming out a little later, and that video will be on my mom, because they're trying to force her into a senior home, and all she's asking to do is go home. She's been in the hospital for 2 months, but she's not sick at all. She was never sick. So this is all Hudnut's doing. Evil people don't give a damn. Clearly, Hudnut is evil. He's Luciferian. He's satanic. And the light of truth always destroys the ugliness and lie of darkness. So I'm just waiting to see how long it's going to take before the right person, the right people find out the truth of what's going on. That Hudnut is a criminal, a perjurer, a liar, assaulter. He's a thug. He's outright a thug. And he should be in jail. Like my mother said, he should put himself in jail.